Welcome to our mini story time. My name's Miss Grace, and I'm here in the Children's Department at the JCLS Library. And today, we're going to visit our final continent. Do you remember our 7 continents song? It goes, Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, then there's Antarctica, and don't forget Australia. 7 continents, 7 continents. Europe, Asia, Africa, North America. Then there's Antarctica, and don't forget Australia. 7 continents, 7 continents. The continent we're going to be visiting today is Europe. And like many of the other continents, it has many different countries and cultures, food, languages, and interesting buildings. We're going to focus on reading a book, telling a story, and singing a song from 3 different countries. Our storybook today takes place in Paris, France. It's called Madeline, and it's written by Ludwig Bemelmans. Now, this story has a lot of illustrations that look like paintings, and so along the way you'll see some famous sites that are in Paris. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad. And sometimes they were very sad. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines, in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, "Pooh-pooh." And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavel turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried, her eyes were red. And soon after Dr. Cohn came, he rushed out to the phone. And he dialed Danton 106. "Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeline was in his arm, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Madeline soon ate and drank. On her bed, there was a crank. And a crack on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline?" Visitors from 2 to 4 read a sign outside her door, tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked and then said, "Ah," when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. But the biggest surprise by far, on her stomach was a scar. "Goodbye," they said, "we'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of a disaster, Miss Clavel ran fast and faster. And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavel. And she turned out the light and closed the door, and that's all there is. There is not anymore. Many fairy tales come from Europe, and we're going to tell a fairy tale that comes from Norway. Now, some fairy tales include magic. And this fairy tale is called The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Now, it has 3 goats, a troll, and a bridge. Once upon a time, there lived 3 Billy Goats Gruff. The Billy Goats had no more food on their side of the meadow, but across the bridge was a meadow full of sweet, delicious grass to eat. The problem was that under that bridge lived a mean and nasty troll who wouldn't let them cross his bridge. Well, one day, the goats were so hungry that they decided to try and cross the bridge. Now, the littlest Billy Goat was the first to cross. And the sound of his little hooves woke up the sleeping troll. And he bellowed, "Who is walking across my bridge?" It's only I," said the smallest Billy Goat Gruff in his very small voice. "Well, I am coming to eat you." Well, don't worry about me," said the little goat. "My brother's coming very soon, and he's even bigger and tastier than I." Well, the troll stomped his foot and grumbled, but he let the little goat cross the bridge. "Oh, thank you." And he went back to sleep. Soon, the medium-sized Billy Goat Gruff started across the bridge. And the sound of his medium-sized hooves woke up the sleeping troll. And he bellowed, "Who is walking across my bridge?" "Oh, it's only I," said the medium-sized goat in his medium-sized voice. "Oh, yeah? Well, I'm coming up to eat you." "Oh, well, don't worry about me. I've got an even bigger brother who's coming, and he's even bigger and tastier than I am." The troll grumbled and stomped his foot, but he decided to let the middle-sized Billy Goat Gruff cross the bridge. Thanks. And he went back to sleep. Next, the largest Billy Goat Gruff came across the bridge. And his large hooves woke up the sleeping troll. And the sleeping troll bellowed, "Who is walking across my bridge?" "It is I, the largest Billy Goat Gruff." "Oh, yeah? Well, I'm coming up to eat you, and I'm not waiting for another brother," yelled the very grumpy troll. "Well, I'd like to see you try." So up came the troll, and down came the largest Billy Goat's head, and he ran forward. Wham! Whoa! The troll went into the river and down the stream, never to be seen again. And from that day on, all three of the billy goats Gruff were able to cross the bridge and get the nice, delicious green grass on the other side, and they lived happily ever after. The end. I guess it pays to be clever and not to be selfish and greedy. Our song today comes from Eastern Europe in a country called Croatia, and the song is called Kiša pada. Now, Kiša means rain, and the words in English are that rain is falling, grass is growing, and the forest is turning green. In the forest, a tree is growing, slim and tall, and under that tree, my sister is sitting, and I am sitting beside her. Okay? Kiša pada, trava raste, gora zelena. Kiša pada, trava raste, gora zelena. U toj gori raste drvo, tanko visoko. U toj gori raste drvo, tanko visoko. Pod njim sjedi moja seja, a ja pored nje. Pod njim sjedi moja seja, a ja pored nje. Well, our story time is over. Wave goodbye. Our story time is over. Wave goodbye. That's the end of our world tour. That is all. There is nothing more. Our story time is over. Wave goodbye. Well, thank you. Gracias, grazie, merci, hvala, danke, tak, for coming on this world trip with us, visiting all 7 continents. And I hope to see you for another story time. Bye.